That's a tough thing. Let's do that again. From New Westminster, BC, weighing at 205 pounds, the wrestling genius, Daniel Makabe. And his opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 160 pounds, he is Mr. IWTV, the young prodigy, Marcus
Great matchup here, Dr. Bob. Makabe wasting no time whatsoever, blindsiding Marcus Mathers. Both men making their...
Using his body as a weapon.
Makabe getting up close and personal with the fans.
Going for the German suplex.
Nice bridge from Makabe.
What would have been 20, 30 seconds into this matchup? Two high impacts and a pin here.
Fans, if you're not familiar with either competitor in this matchup, these guys, great young talent. I saw Makabe wrestle Sema years ago in Toronto, Dr. Bob, and it was a great matchup. Makabe definitely making his name in the world of independent wrestling.
Well, you call him young, but his first matchup ever was 19 years ago, which incidentally is, without exaggeration, how old Marcus Mathers is.
Marcus Mathers, he's been making his name all over the tri-state area. Put up a good showing against wrestling legend and C4 alumni, Too Cold Scorpio.
And he recently had a matchup with Speedball Mike Bailey as well. Took him to his limit. They're calling him Mr. IWTV because if you haven't watched the H2O show, he won a ladder match and has a future shot with a briefcase at the IWTV Championship. Who knows? We could be looking at the last shot right here. Blocks the punch. Oh boy.
Grips the hand of Makabe. Mathers with a chop.
Arm drag.
Takes Makabe over.
Oh.
Yeah. Ducks, but oh.
A nice fake out there.
Has Makabe rocked.
And Mathers might have been 19 years old, but he's been wrestling already for 3 years and proving himself everywhere.
Oh! Makabe turning the tide with that big wind-up punch.
The big unit punch, he calls that one. Just caught him straight in the nose.
Back in, let's go, guys. Get it in.
Now trash talking somebody in the front row.
I think his nose might be broken. He's conferring with the ref right now. He's been pointing out a lot of pain in his face. And the thing with Makabe, I mean, now that he's going for the submissions too, a good point of context here. He is absolutely one of the premier technical wrestlers across the world. We're talking in the same level, I would say, with Gresham, Thatcher, Shelley, Ishikawa. This guy has wrestled each one of these opponents as well, making his name all across the globe. He is from the West Coast of Canada, but you know, with how large our country is, it's very difficult to get him anywhere out near the East Coast. That last matchup, I think, was the last time he was in Ontario. The Sheila match
for the eyes.
Oh! Look at Mathers' body, it's contorted.
Covers, only gets 2. I mean, back in November, Dr. Bob, we saw the C4 debut of the Voros twins. Very well-known competitors out in the Vancouver area.
And look at Makabe go from switching from what looked to be sort of a Reigns of Saturn. I think he's got a double wrist lock. Very hard to tell from my point of view. He's transitioned both arms, moved to the head. He's got it contorted in a way his body should not bend.
Had the shoulders pinned down, only gets 2. My point that I'm getting at, Dr. Bob, is I welcome this influx of talent from BC.
Yeah, we're starting to get a lot more from the West Coast out here. It's great to see. Makabe's absolutely the measuring stick, I'd say, in technical wrestling, at least out in the West Coast. Often having more matches actually in the States Making his name known out on the Pacific Northwest.
Mathers fighting back at Makabe. Makabe able to sidestep right into the octopus hold.
One of the trademarks, he has tapped out many an opponent with that one. And you see the way Makabe was pointing at his stomach to try to throw his opponent off. Like, hit me there, it's open, and bam. Right into the submission. I just love this type of wrestling now. It's got the technical prowess and that sweet transitioning of the world of sport. Just a joy to watch.
And let's not forget, later on tonight, we'll see another premier technical wrestler in Biff Busick making his C4 return.
Man, I'm excited for that one.
Makabe all over Marcus Mathers.
And Mathers considers himself a hybrid wrestler. He does a lot of things very well. But if we're looking at technical wrestling, you give the nod to a guy like Makabe, absolutely, and without question.
Makabe again going for the face of Mathers. Mathers grabs the fingers of Makabe.
I don't know how you're putting a submission on with no fingers.
Smart strategy though from Mathers. Rocks the face of Makabe over and over again. Makabe able to cut him off, throws the knee to the body, follows up with some hard strikes.
Wants to go for another big unit punch, but thinks better of it with those twisted, mangled finger of his.
And think about the pressure too on both men. Both men, like I said, making their C4 debuts as Mathers spins around, takes Makabe over the clothesline.
Markers Mathers proudly carries H2O's training center on his back everywhere he goes. As we mentioned, Mr. IWTV, his name is getting out there, ladies and gentlemen. This might be the first you've seen of him in Canada and the first you've seen of him in Ottawa, but you're going to hear a lot of this guy's name for years to come.
Well,
I say that, but he's got to get through Makabe here first, of course.
Marcus Mathers, trained by C4 alumni Matt Tremont, who himself made a big splash, big name in C4, wanted to do his trainer well, is Mathers as he's now taking it to Makabe.
Let's get him out!
Snap mares him all over, follows through, jumps up, lands the kick this time.
Man, I don't know what you were doing in 19, but it certainly wasn't for me performing in front of 600-700 people.
I vaguely remember what I did last week, Dr. Bob. I got the last cutter from Mathers.
And I only say that not to mock his age. Goes for the pin. Almost a 3. Not to mock his age on all fans, but to pinpoint and to show just what nerves of steel this kid has. Being able to perform at such high level against such high level of opponents as well. You gotta be well trained. You gotta be focused. You gotta be determined on the outcome here, and it is to win. Here at your debut.
Maybe looking to close the show, sign, sealed the deal, but Makabe fighting him off, but powers him over, holds on sunset flip. Makabe rolls over. Transitioning back and forth. Makabe gets out of it. Oh, jeez.
Whoa, the STF. He loves going to the STF. A step over to hold face lock.
And that's by Master Hero Chono. Will it do it for Makabe in this matchup here in C4?
I also would have accepted Luthes, but yes.
It's a man of tomorrow.
Mathers, come on!
Mathers has the 3 options, fight out, pass out, or tap out as Makabe.
Oh, look at the angle! Body was almost 90 degrees bending at the waist, at the stomach even.
Makabe again going for the face of Mathers. What's going to give in this very competitive C4 debut match?
Makabe's fingers are struggling though. Who would have known it? Who knows what the outcome would have been if it would have been a submission victory already at this point, if his fingers and his hands have been at 100%.
Earlier on, Mathers was signaling the crowd that it was over. Now it's Makabe looking to finish things off.
He's perhaps going for that cattle mutilation that he's won a lot of victories with too. Oh, Liger bomb!
Hooked the leg, did not get the 3 count.
I thought that was it!
Mathers thought that was it too, arguing with referee Brian Renda.
You cannot hit a Liger bomb much more perfect than that.
Mathers twirled the arms around as he went up, signaling for either a 450 or a 630 here. Gonna switch directions. Makabe goes to the outside. Quickly back up to his feet. Makabe sent back into the ring.
Setting him up once again for the 450 splash. Mr. IWTV, go for it!
In position, hits the 450. Signed, sealed, and no. 2.99999. Follows it up, hooks him in reverse DDT position.
Thought of going for a dragon sleeper, but smarter man not to go submission against submission with Makabe.
Times for Makabe, just going to that face. Takes him over.
Oh, the patella bridge! And he captures it with the patella bridge!
Makabe victorious in a very impressive C4 debut for both competitors.
I'm sure we will see